Are blessed this morning. Happy Monday to you. What a wonderful weekend we just got to experience. Wonderful weather my way in Ohio. It was like 75 all weekend, pretty blue skies. Had a wonderful day yesterday. Got to go out of town, got to go to our church service, then followed up by an amazing meal. And then after that, we went to go see some waterfalls in another town. It was just absolutely beautiful to go into nature and see these waterfalls and just enjoy God's creation. I was sitting there looking at the waterfalls, and I'm the type of person that if you put me around a body of water, I can stand there, sit there, or just gaze at God's creation forever. I love anything to do with water, and I absolutely love a waterfall. I just love how God crafted everything, and everything is just made so perfectly. But it was a good weekend. The weather was nice, and I hope you guys enjoyed your weekend too. And today I just wanted to hop on and talk to you about hope. Because without hope, there is a void in our life. I don't know about you. There's many times in my life where I've got my hopes up for something. Like there was an opportunity that presented itself, and so I started to get excited about it, and thought, well, this is for me, or I'm going to take this place, or I'm going to get to experience this, or I'm going to get to go there. And we get our hopes up for it, whether it be a concert, or whether it be going to Cedar Point or Kings Island, or going to Disney World, or being able to attend a seminar or something. Sometimes we want to do something, so we get our hopes up. And I know many times in my life, I got my hopes up about something, whether it been a new job position that I applied for, and I really thought that this is where God was leading me, and I really got my hopes up for it, and I really got excited about it. I really just started thinking different, thought, well, this is for me. And how many know that sometimes we can get our hopes up? But I want you to know that this morning that there is absolutely nothing wrong with having hope, with putting your hope in something, and especially putting your hope in your faith and your relationship with God, putting trust in your Father, knowing that no matter what happens in our life, that even if we do fail, even if it doesn't work out, even if we don't get that job position, even if we don't get to go to Disney World or Cedar Point, or we don't get to go to that amazing concert that we want to go to, that there's nothing wrong with putting a little bit of hope. There's nothing wrong with having a little bit of hope. And I've been talking to a good brother of mine lately, and I was just telling him this morning in a voice message that there's nothing wrong with having the hope that he has. All around him, he can just see darkness and mountains in his life. And it looks a little bleak for him in the situation that he's in right now. And if he wanted to, he could lose all hope, and depression would start to kick in. And he would just feel the voids in his heart and his mind and his life. And even though things around you doesn't look good, even though everybody around you are telling you that it's not going to be okay, or this isn't going to work out, or that's not going to work out in your favor, we need to have faith sometimes, even in the things that we can't see. We need to have hope for the things that we can't see, even if our enemies are set up all around us and it just looks like we're going to lose the battle. And it's almost like we need to throw in the white flag. We need to throw in the towel. It gets to that point sometimes where it just feels like I just want to give up, that this isn't worth it anymore. But I want you to know that there's something worth hoping for. And even at the end of the road, if we put our hope in something and it doesn't work out in our favor, we still can hold on to God's unchanging hand, and knowing that his ways are higher than our ways. And just because I didn't get a job position doesn't mean that God doesn't have something greater for me in the future. Just because I didn't get to have that relationship, or I get to be with this person, or I didn't get to go to this place, or I didn't get this job, or I didn't get this advancement, or I didn't get this position in the church, this position in the ministry. Praise the Lord, there's something powerful in hoping. I want to read you a little something. When there is hope in your future, there is power in your present. That's powerful. When there's hope in your future, there's power in your present. But when there is no hope in your future, there is no vitality or willingness to go forward. If you ain't got no hope, You ain't got the unction and the ambition to go forward. You don't got no hope. You don't got no vitality. You don't have any strength in your day to move forward. A lack of hope not only affects us emotionally and mentally, but also biologically. We are triune beings. We are holistic by nature. When a human being is stripped of hope, there is a biological effect. The immune system begins to deprive of what it needs. Our immune system begins to be deprived of what it needs when there's no hope. Then the emotional and mental part of us begin to move into despondency, which creates depression. When there's no hope, we begin to move into stages of depression in our life. Depression is an accumulation of the toxicity of our thoughts that we allow to enter our soul. Yeah, your situation don't look good, and all these thoughts are coming into your head, into your soul, into your mind, to try to beat up on your faith a little bit. After years of battle and depression, I discovered that I was allowing anger, criticism, negativity, and resentment to fester. All these toxic thoughts accumulated in my layers and weighted upon my mind and soul. A study conducted by Norman Cousins, an American journalist, reviewed that hope can turn on the immune system's ability to fight against diseases. Depression and a lack of hope affects us biologically, emotionally, and spiritually. It has been scientifically proven that happiness affects the quality of the red blood cells in our veins. It enhances them. It also improves circulation, while depression leads to anemia and other illnesses. What is hope? It is joyful, confident expectation. What are you joyful about this morning? What are you confident in this morning? Even though the situation looks bleak for you this morning, be confident in knowing that God can move mountains. Be joyful to know that He's your Father and He's a giver. And when we ask our Father for something, He's not gonna give us the things that we need. He may not give us the things that we want every single time. He may give us the things that only He knows will benefit us in our future life, in our future areas of our life. But He's not a Father that's going to shut the door in your face. Hope is played out in the scenes of our imagination as like a bicycle. It only has balance when it's moving forward. Move forward in your faith this morning. Keep moving forward in your hope this morning. And it allows us to move forward towards that vision. Hope is the fuel that destroys depression. And as hope stays present, it will bring genuine happiness. It is like there's a dark cloud above us and we begin punching holes in it. That's what hope is. Soon the rays of light start to shine through. Hope arises and happiness comes back into our lives. I want you to know this morning that you may feel like there's no reason to hope. You may feel like there's no reason to trust God in your present situation. I want you to know you may feel hopeless. You may feel helpless, but you're not. I want you to know that God is reaching out His hand for you to reach out to Him, that you can hold hands with our Father this morning, and that He will lead you through this situation that feels hopeless, that feels dark, that feels doom and gloom. Feels like that dark cloud is over your head always. He wants to bring you through this storm. I want you to know it's okay to have hope in your heart. It's okay to have faith for the things that are unseen. While everybody else around you is telling you to give up, while everyone else around you is telling you to throw in the towel, it's okay to have faith in the things that we desire for our lives. It's okay to have hope. So hope in something this morning. Hope will give you the drive that you need to go forward. Because without hope, we're going to retract and we're going to not move. We're going to stay where we're at without hope. Just like I have the hope of making heaven my home one day. That is my hope. That is my drive. That's what drives me. I love Jesus. I have a relationship with Him. I pursue Him. I have a drive. I have an ambition to not only love my Father and love and do what he wants me to do, but I have a hope, and that I get to spend eternity one day with him, that I get to spend eternity with him, worshiping him and being around his presence. I have a hope in that. There's nothing wrong with having a hope. There's nothing wrong with having a hope in a relationship, or a hope to find a good spouse, or a hope to find a good friend, or a hope to find a good job. There's nothing wrong with hope. Hope fills them areas in our life that are dark. There's nothing wrong with a little hope this morning. So I encourage you this morning to hope in something. Reach for something. A little hope will help you to live. Don't let everybody around you tell you that it's over. Don't let everybody around you tell you that your situation is too big for God to move in. Have a little hope. And even if God doesn't give you the desires of your heart, even if you don't get that position, even if you don't get to go where you're wanting to go, there's nothing wrong with hoping for it. There's nothing wrong in having faith for it. Praise the Lord. Because what's the worst that could happen if we hope and we put our faith in God and something that we really desire for our life? Yeah, we may get our hopes up. Like I've gotten so many times in my life, I've gotten my hopes up on things. And we feel really just down. We feel really down and depressed at the moment when our hopes are up on something. We got our hopes up on something. Like, man, I really thought that was for me. I really thought God was going to move in this area. I really thought that person was for me. I really thought that relationship was going to work out. I really thought I was going to get this job, or get to go to this place, or be with this person and experience this fun. The worst that can happen is we understand that God is in control and he's leading us. And if we're holding on to his unchanging hand, that he's going to lead us through those things, and he's got something better for us. And we just need to trust in him and put our hope in him no matter what the situation is. So there's nothing wrong with a little hope. Hope makes your heart merry. Hope gives you ambition and gives you a drive to go forward. So I just encourage you this morning, have a little hope.